Hi everyone, it's Marianne from Happy Paper People, and I am here today to share with you my participation in the Makers Creative Collab, a collaboration organized and put together by Mariah of PM Artist Studios. And the theme of this collaboration was Stuffed Stuff. So I started with this set of Russian nesting dolls. There's 8 in the set. And unfortunately, I forgot to film before, at least I had a picture of them before I started. So these are the 8 dolls that I started with. And I decided that I wanted to cover them with rice paper. So the first thing that I did was paint them a base. I decided not to use, well, I did use gesso. I actually used Stamperia primer as my first layer, a Stamperia primer, and then I took a 2 Stamperia acrylic paints. This is gold sand and raspberry, and I played with them a bit on the paper and had the gold sand and the raspberry, and then I put them together and found a nice medium that I really liked. And then I began to paint them. I did find that when I painted them, they were much more pink than what my sample on the paper was. So I didn't want them quite that pink, but that's okay. I just needed to work with it from there. So there they are in process of being painted, the 8 of them. Okay, so that is the paint that they used, the Stamperia Allegro Gold Sand and Raspberry. Then, once I painted them, I decided to cover them in rice paper. And some of them I went back and dry brushed some gold sand over it, and you'll note a difference in the general base color. It's not as pink. Others I did not. I just started layering my rice paper on. And then over the top of the rice paper, now it's going to give us a little bit of glare, but you can see the gold. The gold is from Nouveau Mousse, which is Indian gold. And I just dry rub that on with my fingers. So this is the first one, and there's a lot of symbolism in this set for me, and maybe for you as well. A lot of the paper came from the Passion line of Stamperia, where there's a lot of dream, imagine, believe, become, do, achieve, love, art. There's some from the art line as well. And this particular piece that I decided to start with, I chose this one because it had a face on it. It's a very faint face, and there's the eyelashes, and here's the face outline. This was the nose right here, and then these were the lips. And so the face just kind of fades in there, but it is there. And the face is full of roses, and which are in full bloom, and shiny gold, and music, and the piano keyboard, and passion, create. There's a stitching, imagine, all kinds of fun things on here. But it's all about letting your creativity out and finding your passion and creating who you are, what you are, creating with who you are and what you are. Each one has a charm attached to it. This one is a key ring full of teeny tiny keys, and that symbolizes the key to your heart, the key to creativity, the key to curiosity, the key to art is all wrapped up in your passion, what's inside of you, that we often need to learn how to unlock it and let it out. So let's see what's inside of her, the rest of them. I don't know if I should lay them down or stand them up. We'll just stand them up there. This is the second one. This also has a lot of music on it, and I realize we're going to get a lot of reflection from the gold. This has the ballerina dress made out of paper, which is very, very cool. Rigoletto. There's a lot of different music pieces. Again, some stitching, and the tree signifying growth, love. Let's see, forgot what that said there. Live every day with intention, which is what we want to do. There's a lot of parts and pieces on there that mean a lot to me because my first degree, college degree, was music. And this one specifically has the keyboard for the piano. I do play the piano, and the violin. I do play the violin. And the leaf that falls from the tree, and different kinds of keyboards, different kinds of music, different kinds of words, different kinds of writing, lots of different kinds of writing, because many people can be creative and everybody can write differently, and they're still all creative and they're still all wonderful. And the thing about being a creative is that a true artist can appreciate the beauty of someone else's art, even if it is not their style, their color, their type, their genre. It doesn't matter. I can look at it and appreciate the hours that it took, and the time and the love that went into it. It doesn't mean it's something I might want to hang on my wall. So you always have to remember that if someone doesn't care for your art, they're not saying they don't like you. They just don't care for that type of art. But you can still appreciate all types of art, even if it's not your type. So this one is a heart key, a tiny key to my heart. And this one has a lot from the threads line of Stamperia, which is the scissors and the needle and thread. There is a sewing machine and mannequins, dress forms on there, and roses as well. So let's open her. I'll set her down there. And you can see on these last two that I had dry brushed them with the gold sand first, which gave them not as pink of an undertone as the others. Okay, this little one has a heart as her charm, and she has more of the same paper. All of the tiny ones do have, well, we'll take them both out here. The smaller they get, the harder it is for them to fit in with the charm. You can see a lot of stitches there. The stitches can signify all the cuts and bruises that we get along the way and getting stitched up. They can signify the creation, the making of things. The next one has a little owl. The owl always says who is very curious. I think it's important that we remain curious. You see a lot of the gold on here and a lot of the parts and pieces of those individual lines of paper. Might be hard to catch that on camera because it does have to be up close. And this one is a gold leaf. She's very tiny, but she's living and learning. It doesn't matter how tiny we are, how new we are in anything. We can learn along the way, and we can grow and become whatever we want to be. There she is. I got to balance on my lace. And the teeny tiniest of all, her charm had to be put inside, because with her charm on the outside, she could not fit inside the next one because she's just a wee start of an artist, a creative there. So we'll put her necklace on there, and she's got a tiny little bee that can buzz around watching and learning from everybody everywhere. She wears the same clothes. She's learning how to be a creative. She has the same pink base and has the same rice paper and the gold. And she probably won't balance there either. So there is my little family of Russian nesting dolls that is part of the Stuffed Stuff Makers Creative Collab. We'll lay them all down now for one last look. See, they're not all together. Stuffed stuff. Thanksgiving is coming up. You might be stuffed. The turkey might be stuffed. The turducken might be stuffed. My mind might be stuffed with all kinds of ideas as I observe the world around me. But there is my contribution to the Makers Creative Collab of Stuffed Stuff. Thank you for watching so much. Do appreciate it. At the end of the video is a link to the very next video in the hop. They're all short. Check them all out because every single maker's contribution is different. Everybody has created something different, and they're awfully fun to see. So we'll see you soon. Check me out on Happy Paper People on Facebook. Join us there. All the information's in the description box. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.